Today we're shining a light on a very sensitive but real topic, unparented parents. Many mothers and fathers today are raising children without ever experiencing what through parenting feels like themselves. How does one give what they never received? How do unhealed childhood wounds affect the way we nurture the next generation? Let's look into the mirror together and uncover the realities, struggles, and possible solutions on how we can raise. Unparented parents remind us that parenting is not just about biology, it's about love, guidance, and presence. While many may carry scars of what they never received, it is possible to stop the cycle and rewrite the story. Healing is a journey, and with intentional effort, support, and love, every parent can choose to give their children a better tomorrow. Thank you and welcome to The Mirror with Beauty Benjamin. It's another Friday and another exciting topic today. Unparented parents, parenting children. Do they know what it takes to parent children? You know, you can only give what you have. You know what talk about love? If you don't have love, you can't give love? Yes. Now, charity begins at home. Do you have what it takes? Because parenting is a serious business. You must be intentional about it because you are raising the next generation to take over. I know you want to ask, we're hearing that the children are leaders of tomorrow. Yeah, because of our kind of situation or world divide. But today on The Mirror, I have two powerful parents who are going to tell us what it takes to be a parent and what an unparented parent, what are the expectations, what should they do? If you're watching us online, follow us on Rstv online on Facebook and YouTube. You know you can always send in your questions. Even though my guests are not here, they will also answer your questions afterwards. But you don't need to go away. You have to stay glued. And don't forget that this program is coming to you from Rstv. You can sponsor. You can bring your advert placement here. Follow us on all our social media handles. Stay abreast. Every Friday, 10 a.m., we bring to you exciting topic that defines. The Mirror is talking about family issues. When we get our family together and get it well, we can get the society better. I want to make Nigeria better. I want to make the world a better place. But let's start from the home. Like I said before, charity begins at home. So I am Beauty Benjamin. And joining me this morning to talk, let's confirm the ladies first. I'm with Dr. Ife Obi, the HOD, Student Experience Office, Nigerian British University. She is a part of The Mirror. She's been here before, you know that. Ma, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you. And I have on my right hand here, this guest today, they're very busy. But I found grace and I was able to bring them here. I'm excited and happy about it now. I want to bring to you Reverend Architect AGHA-EJIMOLE OKEREKE, FNIA, PhD. He's a principal consultant, CEO at AGEBIN Nigeria Limited. He's a doctor, he's an engineer, he's a father, he's a grandfather, he's a reverend, he's everything. And I know what I'm talking about when I brought the best today when it comes to parenting. So let's meet our guest. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this time. I'm very happy. I know you're supposed to be somewhere. It's just 1 hour. So stay with us as we roll this today. Now, the topic as it stays, unparented parents, parenting children. There are a lot of issues happening today. Last week, I brought Reverend Christy Bature. There was a video that went on and someone brought to my attention. A 10-year-old child was inducting 13, 14 years into drugs. Wow. And the community caught them and they heaped stones on their head, trying to get the truth from them. They had to discipline them. And the 10-year-old was one that was initiating the elder ones. And the question was that, how do you get money to buy these drugs? He said he picks scrap. That is the video on the air now. Okay. He picks scrap. They don't want to say he's into motor parts. So when they get money from this scrap, they go to buy drugs. And adults like you and I, we openly sell drugs to these children. These children are not being parented. And she doused me and she said, these ones are old. That there are children, 5, 7 years, yes, who are younger, who are into drugs. No, she owns a center, a rehab center in Port Harcourt here.
Yes.
And she went on to reveal a lot of things that I was shocked about. That bettered this topic, unparented parents. How do we go? Now, sir, let me start from you. Where have the parents gone wrong? Unparented parents, parenting children.
Okay. Thank you very much. You see, for us to really do well about this, let us first of all, a lot of people may not know what unparented parent is.
Okay.
First, there are two words there, unparented. Another one is parent. That means, if you follow it by English semantics, the other one, unparented, means originally the person was not parented.
Yes.
And that person that was not parented, something must have caused it. It could be death, early death of the person's parents.
Yeah.
It could be child abuse, that the child ran away out of the house. One thing or the other led to it, but the most important thing is that that person did not experience parenting.
Okay.
Parenting is different from what you may call uninvolved parents. Somebody may have parents, but the parents are not involved.
They're not involved.
That is different from unparented.
Okay.
Unparented means absence of parents completely from A to Z. So the person never had the impact of care, you know, nurturing, all those things a parent should do. That is unparented. Then suddenly the person grows up and becomes an adult, get to the age of marriage or something, and begins to have children. That person becomes unparented parent. Like you said, you cannot give what you don't have.
At all.
The person was not parented. I have an adage in the side of the country where I come from. He said, when somebody who has no father has a friend who has a father and is wise, he goes close to that boy so that when his father is talking to him, he will learn.
Sir, if you say that in the local language, I think it will be more interesting.
Okay.
Yes, so say it in the local language.
In a local language,
yes.
Okay. Onye, that is, I'm using Igbo now.
Yeah.
Onye enweghị nna, maara ihe, na-eso onye nwe nna. Nna na-agwa ihe, ya esi ebe ahụ mụrụ. Which means he will learn from the person that has a father. Which means if you don't have a father, you won't learn.
Yeah.
And suddenly you become a father yourself. What have you learned to father somebody? What have you learned to mother somebody? So, the society, and when I mean the society, sorry, let me, where the people that are responsible for these unparented parents, two sides, the society and government.
Okay.
Right?
Government.
Yeah, when I say society, I mean the community,
okay,
the neighborhood where we stay. Then when you look at government, for example, if a child is thrown out of house, even some people born and throw away, Abi, that means they don't even know who their parents are.
Yeah.
An active government would have picked up that person, either send the person to motherless babies home or one place or the other. But as you roam the streets now, under the bridge, go to Borough Park, anywhere, you see a lot of children who are loitering. As you are passing, as small as they are looking for a place to take money from you, just like the ones we saw now. And that is unparented parents. And when they grow up, they become unparented parents. So they have nothing to give.
Okay, let me come to you, Doc. You are in an environment where you are dealing with a lot of students. There are so many. Everybody comes and hands their children over to you. And then you've been doing that, and I know that you are a mother, many, because if I tell you how many children she has, there's nurture, it will shock you. Looking at them, I'm beautiful, she's a grandmother.
I have 62 in the club. A young readers club.
So now, how does lack of proper parenting in childhood affect one's ability to raise a children or child?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, Doc expanded its using definite definitions for unparented parenting. But he said something, he drew a line between unparented and uninvolved.
Yes.
But I want to fuse it.
Okay.
Because some of the worst cases we have are uninvolved parents.
Okay.
And then I've come to understand that parents is just a nomenclature that covers motherhood, covers mentorship, and everything. So parenting is a deliberate, very deliberate act of, you know, transferring skills, morals, character, presentation to the next generation. With the hope that they are like you or become better than you.
Yeah.
The fact is that how many parents do we have today that are deliberately, consciously transferring skills that made them who they are, or made them, or did not make them who they are? A whole lot of us are not. Because the world is on a speed lane, where we leave children for other people to take care of. We spend less time with these children. The little time we have, we now use them to, to want to augment for our absence by trying to give them, buy things, or just try to make them feel comfortable. An assumption that they are involved. What a pity. I don't know how we got this far. But then it doesn't just stop here. It has extended to everywhere in the world, because the kind of delinquency we have now from this younger generation is amazing.
It's worse in the West.
It's worse in the West. We still have some control because of family values that we have in Nigeria today. But then also know that everyone's experiencing from a backlog of where they are coming from. Whether you are parented or not, the environment that makes you...
Exactly. That's the society.
Yes, that makes you who you are. Because if you look at that word parents, in my school, what we call the porters are all parents. Because they're expected to be able to transfer.
Yes.
Your school mother is your parent.
Yes.
Your mentor in school is your parent. The proprietors of the school you go to, that's why some call their proprietors Big Mommy, is a parent.
Yeah.
How do we narrow this down? We're all guilty as charged. And when we don't put the right thing inside them, with all the kind of thing they get from the society, I don't know what the next generation has we can hold on to.
Okay. What are the common struggles that unparented parents face in parenting journey? There are struggles. What are the common ones? These are the common struggles that they face.
Yeah, let me begin by telling a story of what I heard on radio just about 2-3 days ago.
Okay.
A girl growing up in the midst of unparented parents, or was born by an unparented parent. Her mother, because it was a single parent, her mother was brought up where what she learned from beginning was women going out with men. No father, nothing. She came up like, to cut a long story short, at the end of the day, she ended up, you know what I mean, and then had a child, a girl. There was nothing the girl saw in that woman other than doing the same thing. So she started sending her to go clean houses for people. Before you know it, she started meeting with all the Yahoo boys and all that. The next thing you know, a man who saw how good she was, very loyal and very obedient, greeting, in the compound where those people were living, we call her and say, please, don't do this thing. Don't be going close to this, don't be too friendly with them. Now, we are talking of the struggle. They were struggling to eke out a living. And that was why the mother, who was an unparented parent, was sending her out to go do chores for people whereby she became vulnerable. So, you see the struggle.
Yeah.
So, unparented parent, no father or no mother, as the case may be. The person had gone through and had nothing to offer. So they struggle because man must work, we say in common parlance in Nigeria. So they must eat. So they struggle to eat. They struggle to, you know, the story of this other woman. It was in the social media, who was hiding to start to learn. You know that story. When people are in class, her mother died as a cleaner in a school. I don't know whether I saw that story. It was trending. Then, because the mother was a cleaner in the school, she had no other place other than within the school environment. So she was sleeping when students go. She would go and hide somewhere and sleep. Then when she became of school age, when people are learning in the classroom, she would go close to a particular class and be taking notes until one teacher caught her. So she wanted to acquire education. So some of these people are struggling to learn. Now, these things have led into a lot of decadence in society. Some become robbers, some become thieves, some have no skill, and they are all in our midst. They are in our neighborhood. When you come out to see them, So these are the things we need to watch out for
Mm.
and how to ameliorate their condition
Okay.
so that they can have a living, have a skill, something. People like us, we pick some people, give them, we start paying school fees, send, like yesterday, just yesterday, I saw a young man in my neighborhood looking very healthy. Every time I drive by, he's sitting in one, I called him and said, what are you doing? Unparented parent put bed to him.
Mm.
He said, nothing. As I speak now, I have enrolled him in an apprenticeship school where he's learning electrical installations with one of my workers. And he's there. He said he doesn't have a phone, that the man said anytime he's coming, he should call him. I had to buy him a phone, touchlight phone, 13,500, so that he will be able to train. So some of them are struggling to find a way. They are willing because they are born out of unparented parents.
I wish we have lots of minds and people like you to pick them off the street like
They
that
are there.
and make them
They
better.
are there.
Now, you talk about abandonments and then abuse and neglect. Now, how can we break this circle of abandonment, abuse, and neglect? How can we break it?
You know, something in Bible verse I like to quote, that's the guideline of my life. Luke 6, somewhere says, can a blind man lead another blind man? Both of them will fall into a pit.
Exactly.
One of the greatest challenges I've found out that people who are in that category of unparented parents or uninvolved parents is the need to be heard. They need to be understood and the patience to walk through the process with them, sincerely, because they have a voice, not only by words, but by expression.
Action.
And their expressions are even worse than the words, because they come out as rebels,
Okay.
unguided attitudes they display.
They are wounded.
Wound, fresh. And then we criticize them and the wound becomes fresher. All they need is, who would hear me out?
True.
I have 5 children, 1 granddaughter, you know,
Yeah.
and I've walked through the path with every single one of them. No 2 person have the same nature.
At all.
But we as human beings,
Right from
especially,
pregnancy.
yes, we as human beings, especially as Christians, are mandated to correct with love. And that element is missing in our correction, especially for other people's children. Knowing that we are part of the society that will bring those moral changes, what part are we playing? Do we have enough patience to sell out to these people? In my own way, there is nobody that is not redeemable. Every man is a soul. No matter how far gone he is, he can have his way back home.
Okay.
So the main problem I feel now is not them, but us, who God and nature has entrusted to hand over the baton to the next generation. And we ask ourselves, are we really holding the baton? A lot of us are not.
If you're just joining or tuning in, this is Emiro Beauty Benjamin, and like I said before, we talk about real situations, they're not fictions, they are stories that you need to hear and make you. This program comes to you at the end of the day. They will give you solutions, answers that you can help, that will guide you. Let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we continue. There's so much to take in. You know, as a parent, I'm learning a lot today. So let's go on a quick break. When we return, we continue. Got it. You welcome back to the Mirror with Beauty Benjamin. Now it's a hot topic today. It's a very hot one, exciting also. We're talking about parenting now. Unparented parents. Are you an unparented parent? Are you parenting? Or do you want to parent? Or somehow, sometime you're going to parent. But you need to hear from those who have started parenting and are still parenting. And they have brought out fine men and women, I can tell you. Now, if you're tuning in, if you're watching online, you can follow us on our social media handle. Be sure that your time and data is not wasted because we have a lot coming up. So let's return back. So join us as we continue. Now, I was looking at what role can community play in supporting this set of parents?
Yes, like I said, when we talk about community.
But sir, bear in mind, then when I was growing up, we used to have this communal raising where a mother, someone else can actually correct you without being flogged or double. But today it's not okay.
Yeah, I want us to pick at our community.
Okay.
As a community that has been adulterated, and is also part of the problem. I grew up in a community where every child was everybody's child.
Okay.
If I do something that is wrong, another person's father or mother can scold me.
Yes.
But we have this is the African tradition. Let us, we know civilization and all that, but like me, my understanding of civilization does not just mean Western civilization. Civilization can also be such that the tradition of the people can be reformed. I don't see a reason why I will see a child that is not my child. He will just pass me without saying good morning, sir. The time I grew up, I will draw you and give you
a knock on the head.
A knock on the head. But you can't do that now.
Exactly.
You see a child that is passing and they say, by this time of the hour, you are supposed to be, this time of the day, you are supposed to be in school. Why are you not in school? You do it, somebody will tell you, what's your own?
What's the business?
Uninvolved parents. Yeah, so you see, the society, the community has allowed the let me say, pollution of our original tradition. If not, there are some people, not to be personal, my late father was brought up by somebody. He said he can only have seen his father in a dream, which means he was very small when his father died. But the community, you know, there are some people in my place who were brought up by community scholarships because they noticed that they cannot do anything, but they saw some trade. So the society should first of all allow our traditional Nigerian culture to thrive, because that is our life. We must allow our Nigerian traditional culture to thrive. Then we'll use that same thing which we have and, you know, lead into helping these people. And that is the truth. If we don't do it and we believe that, oh, man stays on his own, everybody you must take care of your own, we will lose it. The community must be involved.
Okay.
Those associations, town development unions, and all those things have to come into it. And then we also have traditional education, whereby you can send somebody to be an apprentice under somebody as a farmer. He can go farm and learn how to farm and all that. So that this way we can curb these things instead of just saying it doesn't concern you.
Okay, Doc. Yes. How can these unparented parents, how can we, the children they birth now, how can they be protected from this cycle? Because obviously they're going to bear children.
Of course.
So how can the system or society or government, how can they be protected from repeating the cycles that they are coming from?
Unfortunately, there's not much we can do as individuals. Okay. Like you said, he said, it boils down to the community. I've seen videos where young men were being beaten by vigilante groups for taking drugs or fighting their mother. I might not like the way they beat them, but I'm impressed that somebody is looking out for somebody's child. So it's a collective thing, whether we like it or not. Yes. And no matter the kind of insults thrown at us, because they'll be thrown at us, we need to brace up and look beyond their insults and try to create a positive change. I've had children, 15-year-old, pass me and I said, can't you greet this? And they tell me to my face, salutation is not love. Yes, right to my face. One chatted me on the phone while doing an admission process, and what the student told me, he said, hey, are you there? And I said, excuse me.
Are you serious?
Who are you talking? I said, I'm talking to you. I've called you 2 times. Are you there? Let me know. If you don't even have time to talk to me, tell me when you're busy, when you're free, then I'll call you. 15 plus.
Seeking admission to your school.
Yes. That's the Western life.
And I blocked
that has
him.
prevailed.
Then he called and said, you blocked me. And I said, and I will block you from receiving your calls. You go back and you refer to me politely, and you greet before you talk to me.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a corruption in the system. In the system.
So it's obvious that at home, he might mumble a greeting to his parents and walk away, or might not even greet at all. So these issues, like I'm saying, has gone beyond individual involvement. It has gotten to a point where the community involvement as a whole, where you have my back and I have your back in terms of discipline. And when I can come to you and say your child has erred and you give me a chance to do something about it. Because most times people don't respect those that they are familiar with.
Yes.
But somebody else can teach a little sense. So if we parents can go back and take 70% of what made us who we are, I'm so positive that we'll have a better society.
True. Okay. Okay, sir. So what practical steps can an unparented parents take to learn healthy parenting skills?
Again, unparented parent.
That is the word.
It has to be, in the first place, the person has to make up his or her mind. It has to be deliberate, like you said before. It's an intentional thing. See, it's one thing for you to know that you don't know. It's another thing to be willing to know. So, if an unparented parent observing what is going on, because it has to be the person, I'm sure the person is agonizing every night. How can I be a better person? Then the person will now yield and decide to maybe see somebody and say, please, Mama, Papa, can I be coming to your house, maybe even if it is one hour a day, to see how you are doing this thing. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Because if somebody has a problem and knows what the problem is, like we say, it's half solved. You have a problem that you are unparented. You know that you were unparented. You know it, and therefore you have to take a pragmatic decision to begin to know. And how do you know? Is to get closer to the person who knows that one which you don't know. So the person in the first place has to make up his or her mind to be parented. Let me put it that way. The person has to first of all to be parented so that he or she can learn how to be a parent.
Now, you talked about love when you started your trying to be Christian, for the family, the Bible and all that. Now, how do love, empathy and self-awareness help in reshaping one's parenting style?
Oh my God, there was nothing Jesus did without compassion. It's a vital ingredient to redeem humanity. And we have people in today's world, a lot of us parents and adults, who don't even love themselves enough and don't have the amount of love for themselves. So which one will you give out? If we get to a point where we look beyond ourselves, look beyond what we've gone through, and look at the dangers of, or the repercussions of the action of these children in the nearest future, knowing that you and I will bear the brunt, our children who we think we have raised right, we bear the brunt of the attitude of those ones. Maybe love will grow. I get to a point where I pray that churches and schools will have youth conferences that are not just the word of God, but character training based on the word of God. Now, and there will be an unlimited access, or come as you are, with the intention that that person comes and does not go back the same. Where it is rid of condemnation, where you're looking at earrings or dread hair, or sagging jeans or exposed, just come. We stand on that premise and we impute in them what we have learned in the place of prayer. I'm a Christian, everything I do is based on the background of the Word of God. Doing that, allowing these children to express themselves without judgment. I promise you, positive changes will occur, but it has to start with you and I, giving enough room to be able to sacrifice in our purse and our hearts to make a change that will benefit even our own children in the future.
Just to add, before maybe we have another one. You know, Christ said when he was talking, he said, "Owe no man nothing but love." Which means no matter what we do, the paramount thing is that love. Because with love you can give. With love you can sacrifice. We are not talking of the love as the world talked about it. We are talking about sacrificial love. Love that has no limit. Love that has no boundaries. This person is from my place. This person is not from my place. Love you can, like this person I'm telling you, I did this for you. It's from Ogoni. Yeah, it's not from my place, and I have done. You know, I have done so many.
I know that.
So this love has to be there, and it has to be something. When you see the empathy. You see somebody, you feel for him, you feel for her. You call the other one was bathing. You every time, why are you roaming? 2 boys and 1 girl. As the girl went to business center to learn, while one of the boys went to barbing salon to learn how to barb, and then the other one went into plumbing, and they are all out now. So, is that love? It's nothing. Sometimes you finish. By the time you see them in 2-3 years, you don't know them, and they Daddy, you don't know me again. That love has to be there. It's very paramount. The compassion which Christ had that made him to do so much that he did.
You know, we talk about we want our children to be better than us. Now, that's the prayer of a good parents. Now, we succeeded, but the children should succeed more.
Yes.
Now, are there lessons or value that you never got that you think you can reveal to these people so they can, you know, with that word intentionality, put it or instill into their children? And there are some values or lessons that you feel, I didn't get it, but I put in my children. I want to share with you guys out there so you can do it. Let's come from you. Let me come from you, sir.
Yes. There are. One of them. You see, I grew in a family, a polygamous family. And in a polygamous family, we know its problem. But my own was unique. We were 12 living. Out of the 12, my father did it in such a way that outsiders never knew who was any of our mothers.
Wow.
Yes. If the food of the other mother is ready, all of us will rush it.
And eat it.
Yes. We grew like that till today.
And the women didn't have problems?
The youngers were calling the older one mama. Why? Because of the man. So, what I'm trying to sell out here is that when you are a head, like we all know, let's remove what modernism is preaching and all that. The man being the head of the family. If he does and creates a mark and creates a standard and everybody should follow, that standard has to be there. Now, let me relate it to myself and my own children. There are certain things from your question. I now know that if I had to go back to my children, I'm waiting for my grandchildren to come up to that age whereby I begin to do some of those things. According to my second son, they will say, let us just have the children. Daddy will take care of them. You know, I love children.
So
I
much.
love children. Like, you carry your own baby and he's crying, I take that child. The child will stop.
And the children love him so much.
So what even in addition to that, what I feel every of such parents should do is that there is a kind of love that evolves. Even to raise hand on a child will be difficult. I wrote something down to that. Let me just read it out, please, for time's sake.
Okay.
He said, what is positive parenting? I call it PP.
Okay.
Is praising your child more than you condemn him when he does wrong.
Okay.
I have learnt it before I was weeping. That is, I'll carry cane and give you, I wouldn't do it again. That is one thing I didn't know initially.
Okay.
Because that was the way I was brought up. So I don't think that should prevail because it didn't help. So the person that suffered, and I could see the difference in behavior. Then showing them how, to do things instead of just yelling at them.
Okay.
Show them how to do things instead of making eye contact so that as you are talking to them, two of you or one, you know, all of, look at their faces and
have
their
eye contact.
Yes,
You can communicate.
because when you do that, when that eye contact, you are telling them you are at their level. But when you find it difficult for them to look at you as a father, they are scared. It becomes a problem. These are some of the things. Then giving them choice. Don't impose it on them. You must. We are going out today. Why don't you ask them? We want to go to Uncle's place. What do you think? Let them have opinion. Yeah? I did it earlier, but I think it's wrong. That's from your question.
Okay, yeah.
It's not the best to do. So talking them in a normal tone, not shouting. We shouldn't be always, you know, understand their world. The children have a world.
Seriously.
We cannot take the adults' world and impose on the children. So if you do that as a parent, you'll be missing it. So we have to do a kind of you know, you come back, you play with them, tickle them, all those kind of things. Some of you like to hug, you hug. Some even kiss. You know, that you peck, just pecking. That kind of thing, it will help. Playing with them from time to time, telling them it's okay when they go wrong and they are feeling guilty. Don't make them, you know, go down more into their situation. Make them to feel, oh, it's all right, it's okay. Don't worry yourself. And then you discover the potentials in them. Don't scold them. Always encouraging them. They'll be better children. So these are the ways I feel. As if I knew you were going to ask the question, so I decided to note it down, because I have learned it that if I applied it, I would have had better. Not that they are not good. I have 3. 2 young men. The youngest is 27,
Wow.
and the oldest is 32, going to 33. So, and they are big and doing very, very well.
Very well.
Very well. So I believe I could have done better. So for those who are coming, these are some of the things I missed.
Okay.
I want people to, you know, imbibe it to help.
No, you don't.
And for me, you know, the Bible says foolishness lies in the bosom of children. And the rod of correction, not necessarily cane, drives it away. I grew up in an environment with the rod and the staff.
And like me, that's what I said.
But more of the rod, which I would do.
Oh, wow.
I wanted it back. For me, for today, my parenting will be balanced. Those days, you know, they smack us at any slightest situation.
Any little thing.
But I grew up in the environment that was very accommodating and lacking discrimination. Believe me or not, since I got married, God blessed me with a very patient man. I've had more than 20 young men go through me. Some have gotten married and are working. And that's the attitude I learned from my mother, who did not know who her child was. As long as you're a child, there was room for you. And the same case she used to flog me, she would flog you. There was nothing like going to the background and giving me chicken and giving another person egg. Everyone eats that chicken. If it's 1 meat pie and we're 11, she divided it into 11 equal parts. So I took that value to my children. There were times they would ask me, Mommy, can't you just have a break? Can't we enjoy ourselves? I said, the time to enjoy is coming. This is who I am. This is how I was raised. And then I inculcated in them the habit of, there's something they call Jesus' birthday. My children gave you that name. Every December, everything you haven't worn for 3 months, bring them out.
Wow.
So then when we're living at OG, if you come to my compound a particular day, the whole compound will be filled with shoes, clothes, no matter how new it is, you must surrender. We open the door, people come, and they go back. It's a culture that I built with them over time. And that had also helped them understand too that you don't delay what you have to do for somebody tomorrow when you can do it today. Let's start the change now. Those values I'll never compromise. And my children, I believe they should teach to their own generation to come. So it will take a whole lot of what mommy and daddy gave. Mama and papa, not mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy is today's parents.
Yes.
What mama and papa gave us. Honestly, sis.
We'll have a better society.
Even God will be proud of where
Your
we
own was
were
mama and
built.
papa. Our own is
Nina,
nna.
nna.
What they call nna, they say nna.
It's an interesting one here, and I hope you're watching and also enjoy with us now. Our time is not always our friend here, but like before I let my guest go today, I want him to give a word to these unparented parents out there. You're not alone. I mean, sir, what do you have to say to them? Maybe to the government or community, say the word to them.
Yes. You don't have to be a perfect parent. There is no perfect parent, but we learn every day. So, but if you do these things, some of these things I have said, it will help you. Don't condemn yourself, even those unparented parents, but make effort to learn from somebody who was parented so that you can be a better parent.
Doc.
And to me, I would like to say, let's give love a chance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too much to ask. To the government of Nigeria, if you give love a chance, we'll have a better Nigeria. To one parent to another, if you give love a chance, you have a better family unit. And from the family unit to the society, if you give love a chance, there'll be a better Nigeria. Thank you.
And if you're watching that, it means learning to give what you never received. It means choosing to break cycles of neglect and trauma. It means seeking healing so children can grow whole.
Yes.
If you're an unparented parent, know this. Your awareness and intentionality are already part of the healing. You are rewriting the story. Sometimes the strongest love comes from those who had to learn it the hard way. And this is where we'll wrap it on today's episode of The Mirror with Beauty Benjamin, Unparented Parenting. I'm sure you have been blessed today with this exciting. You can watch that story, this episode again on our program, our YouTube channels, Facebook, Instagram, they're all over. Just log on and then do and leave us a comment, leave on a share, and then share this episode with someone that you know. This particular one is interesting, and I'm sure that you will be glad that you did. I'm waiting to hear your comment. Thank you so much, Reverend, for doing this with us. Hope that some other time you can oblige us. And Doc, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. We love you. Thank you. And for my crew at the background, thank you, Don Barry. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you to our cameraman. Thank you, Emmy. Thank you for having our back all the time. God bless you. And keep watching The Mirror Beauty Benjamin. I am Beauty Benjamin.